Chat, that was a mad thing. I'll be honest with you. That right there is what YouTube is not meant to be about. Why the hell am I going live and the whole thing just bugs out? I don't know, innit? But we are back now. So put your comments in to make sure it's going right. I need your comments in to make sure you guys can hear us. Because the whole StreamYard just bugged out. So yeah, my bad for that, innit? You know what's so crazy, madam? You know I didn't even know where it ended. I have no idea where you went and got to.
Where it is. It's because I think one of Cole's...
We didn't move much further than where we were before.
The Chelsea internet
one of the guys, listen, one of the guys in Cole's circle tried to take down the stream because we were talking too much color.
Yo,
back up and running.
Yeah, we're back.
We're live, man. We are live.
All right, hold on,
We're
hold
live.
on.
We're live. Let me make sure it's all good. I had to set another stream up, but yeah, my bad, chat. That's never happened before. And
Hold on, let me make my last point for people
Go
who
ahead.
try to come out with this crap that age don't matter. I'm gonna prove it right here for last. If age don't matter, why are people excited about Yamal? If Yamal was 28 doing what he's doing, do we give a fuck? We don't care. He's just another fucking player playing football, playing well. The reason why we're all amazed is because he's fucking 17. If he was 27, nobody would think what he's doing is special. It'd just be another football player having a good fucking run. The reason why it's special and it means something is because of his age. So stop saying age don't matter. It's the dumbest thing to say. It's literally the dumbest thing to say.
I
Because
agree.
if Yamal was 26, who would think what he's doing is special? If Yamal, if he was doing what he's doing right now at 25, nobody would care.
I still care, but like I hear what you're saying.
But what's
The boy's nice.
you
though.
would not. What is he doing that has not been done?
People would still care because, just as an example,
No, I'm asking, what is he doing that has not been done?
I mean, that's obviously, and there's nothing that he's gonna do that's never been done in the history of football. But doesn't
What makes it amazing?
It's just true. Just for example, like, listen, no.
What makes what Yamal doing is amazing?
I'll give you the point. It's because he's doing it at 17.
It's because he's
But
doing
don't
it.
tell me age don't matter.
But the point. That's the point.
We've watched Messi and Ronaldo. He's
But that's
not
the point.
done anything those fucking two
Jimmy,
men have
you are
done.
proving our point, though. You are proving our point.
Because, like,
It is the fact that he's
this is
doing.
how-
I am. No. I'm not proving your point. I'm not proving your point. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not proving your point. I'm proving my point. Because you guys said, when I said, who at Caldwell's age? Oh, age don't matter. Okay, if age don't matter, then why the fuck everybody gets so excited about Yamal? Because of his age.
Right, Jimmy, can I ask you a question? There's a saying that goes in football, in it, which a lot of people follow. I've always believed in it, which is why when people were criticizing the project of going for under 25s, I wasn't as apprehensive of it over time. It's that if you're good enough, you're old enough. That's something that I genuinely believe in life. That you can be good at whatever age, whenever. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's just, how good you are, how good you are. I'm not saying you can't improve. There's obviously levels to it. You can always get better. You can get worse, regardless. But in general, my mantra has always been, if you're good enough, you're old enough. For example, when Palmer came into the team last season and was scoring goals for fun, and he got 20 and 10 for both goals and assists, did anyone mention the fact that he was 21 for the majority of that season?
I don't think nobody cares because we've seen 21-year-olds do that. Listen, the good enough, you old enough shit, it sound good. Once again, that's another little parable garbage that removes context. You cannot remove context from what we're talking about. Levi Caldwell is a 22-year-old center back. So I ask you guys to name me another center back in his age range. That's what y'all saying he's not, and what he's not.
I think he's similar. Like Murillo's a good shout, but that doesn't mean just because I think Murillo's a good player that Colwell isn't. Like, they're good players, young good players. Like, I just think that Colwell hasn't really shown me enough to say that he's not going to be a good player. Like, he's decent enough to get to the next level.
He hasn't done the opposite either, though, Couch.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, my point. I don't know about Robert.
How has he proved that he? How has he proved? I know you're defending him because.
No, I'm not defending him. I'm trying to figure out
What do you expect a 22-year-old center back to look like?
Jimmy, can we stop?
Jimmy, do you expect him?
That's not the point. Abs, you make my point. I'm not saying that he needs to show some elite aspect. Chelsea recruit elite talent because they believe what they've shown in the past, they can improve on and keep showing in the future. That's why they sign the players they do, like Gittins. Okay, I'm not saying Gittins, for example, is the top guy, but at least he's got something in the Champions League, in his league, and attributes that we can go, yeah, I can hang my hat on that. If he improves on that even more, he can do this for the team. Cole is good at passing. He's good at defensive attributes. I'm not looking at him like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at him like, oh, he's a great player who can go into this. I'm looking at him as a good player. Is good enough for Chelsea?
You see what the
22 and y'all want to give up
the age. It's not about the age.
It does.
It's not about the age.
Oh my fucking God.
So, you know what? You know what? An attacker can reach.
It's not about the age. I don't care.
It is about the age.
Y'all keep saying it's not about the age.
Okay, an attacker can reach their peak at 25, 26. A center back, you're not looking at him to reach his peak at that age.
I never said to reach your peak. I never said that.
Let me ask you. So you're not.
When the man debated that someone to reach his peak, I never said it to be 10 out.
It's not about the age, you're saying, right? But it is when it comes to
nothing to do with the age. It's the quality of the player.
You mentioned Gittins. You saying Gittins has qualities that you could use right now. Of course, attackers mature and get to the top level faster than defenders.
Jimmy and Dennis. Let me ask you this question.
Sorry, go on,
Let me ask you this question. If Colwill was playing for Bournemouth, for Crystal Palace, or Brighton, would you be asking Chelsea to look to sign him?
I saw about Brighton.
Already played for Brighton.
No. I'm not saying. Let's say he was a Brighton player and he was performing like this. Would you be here and campaigning?
You see what you're doing? Hold on. Look what you're doing. You're removing him from this situation and putting him in another. We don't know what he's gonna play like for Brighton. He played like that for Chelsea. What's the context? Why did Colwell look bad? Why?
What do you mean? Why did
you said Levi Colwell didn't play good? What was missing? What was the main things you think missing from him?
He's not physical. He doesn't have the recovery pace. His reading of the game is bad. He gave a lot of offside goals that I think it was just because his attention.
You do know you're exaggerating, right?
I can list you every goal. The Solanke goal, the first Solanke goal against.
So how many goals did Hoyson let in? You don't know that though, right? Because you don't fucking watch him.
No, I watched.
Get my point. Let me talk. You see when a person don't play for your team, all you see is their fucking highlights.
Solanke goal. Like,
hold on, wait, couch. Wait. According to them, Hoyson is perfect then because let me cook. Y'all are naming Colwell's flaws, but you cannot even name me Hoyson's flaws. Name me one.
He's not physical.
That's Rob's debate. I just said he's not elite or anything. Could you agree with that?
You just made that up.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hoyson's not physical.
Jimmy, can we agree?
I watch Jackson cook him physically. That like Jackson.
You watch Jackson cook him? That's one game. How many Bournemouth games did you watch?
I've watched enough of Bournemouth game. I didn't watch all 38 Bournemouth game. I watched about 10 or 15 of them. Right? And I can
watch 10 or 15 Bournemouth games?
Yes, because I enjoy how they play.
Y'all niggas be capping, bro. I'm sorry. I'm calling cat, bro. I'm calling cat, my nigga. I'm calling cat. I'm sorry. Yo, I'm calling cat, bro. Y'all can tell me everything wrong with Colwell.
All top teams.
Bro, the reason you can tell me what's wrong with Colwell, everything, because we watch every fucking thing he does. So we're going to over-critique him. If we watch Hoyson every week, I guarantee you can pick him a fucking part because he's 19 and he played. How many goals Bournemouth left in this year? Can somebody go and look? How many goals Bournemouth let in? How many do you give him fucking you blame him for? You can't tell me.
Okay.
You can't even begin to tell me because you don't watch
fair.
him enough.
Let's see.
That is fair.
You watched 50-something games of Levi Caldwell this year. 40-something games.
That is absolutely fair. That is absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. By that definition,
you got to be able to pick both sides apart.
By that logic, nobody should be calling for Jackson to be out because the striker don't mature until late.
No, he's not good enough to be out to lead our line.
I don't care. How do you know? 23.
I said to lead our line. How do I know he's not good enough to lead our line? Because we watched him play.
No. We watch him play some a stretch that was good, a stretch that was bad.
Right? You don't know how this is. You don't see why this is a bad comparison. Jackson missed like 30,000 big chances. What are we talking about? We had we allowed 43 goals in our defense. And y'all claim we have a shit keeper and shit defense. But the same defense only let in 43 goals. Caldwell was a part of that. We were terrible in attack. Jackson is the main reson. What are we talking about?
I got one stat. I got one stat for you. Okay, one stat, and then that's it. Okay, so we're gonna look at like Jimmy. Yo, bro. Okay, so these are like take it with a grain of salt, but this is what it says. I was reading through what is it? SofaScore. Errors leading to a shot 3. Errors leading to a goal 1. Okay, that's Hoyson last year. Okay, Colwell. Same season. Hold on. Errors leading to a shot 3. Errors leading to a goal 1.
But he's so much better.
I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but I'm just saying the numbers are there for you.
The funny thing is, I guarantee you, Jimmy and Couch take upgrades on centre back in an instance.
Of course.
We're not. No, I'm not taking money to go buy. That's useless money spent. I'll buy one center back. I'll put one center back alongside Levi Caldwell. One.
Jimmy,
if you give me a center back,
Robert, do you agree with that? Robert, do you agree with that?
No, I don't. Do you? I don't think. I think where we are, I think we're gonna win the league in the next 2 or 3 years. I don't think Levi Caldwell in the next 2 or 3 years is gonna be good enough to be a title-winning center back.
Okay.
I just don't see it.
That's an interesting opinion. It's an interesting opinion. Again, because of what you said. Like again, I don't think that you can really judge the trajectory of a center back in the Premier League at 22. Like you can't tell me that you thought that Van Dijk was going to be Van Dijk at 22.
No, and I would have told you in 22, if I had project Van Dijk in 22, 24, I don't think you would have been.
What the fuck was he even playing? He couldn't even be in the Premier. What league was he in?
Wait, who's this?
Van Dijk at age of 22. What league was he in?
I think it was in Celtic. Yeah, I think it was in Scotland.
Could Levi Caldwell cook at Celtic? I think fucking so.
We don't know. So go smoke.
Anyway, this cold thing. I'm sorry, guys, for dragging it on for the start.
Look at you lot on this stream. This is meant to be a rational show about Maignan and about everything else, and we turn into a centre back debate where the stream bugged out like the multiverse. What's going on? What is going on?
Levi Caldwell, at the age of 22, is starting center back for Chelsea. He won a trophy and got us into Champions League. You gonna fucking compare that to playing at fucking Celtic? Celtic.
What are you trying to say to me?
He don't start center back in Celtic with fucking win.
Van Dijk, yeah? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's more advanced at 22
hey, Robert,
than Van Dijk was at 22.
Yeah, but you're comparing the beginning, but you can't compare their ends. Interesting.
You can't. Oh, well, Chance, that was the most. Okay, Captain fucking obvious. I'm going to compare the end, and Levi Caldwell just started.
But that's the whole point. I'm asking for a prediction, and you went, "Oh, I don't know." That's my point. I don't know either.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. That's what
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
But I'm telling you, at 22, Levi Caldwell is better than fucking Van Dijk was at 22.
But that's the director's job. That's football opinions. It's like you make an informed decision based on what you see. My opinion, I'm with Robert. Abs, I forgot your point of view because we've all spoken.
My
Are you
point
saying
is,
you rate him
is,
or you don't?
at no point, listen, it's not like my view on someone like Pedro Neto, for example, who I think is dross. I don't think Cole is dross. I just think that Cole is
Robert, he doesn't like Neto. We could rate this another time.
Listen, for all the guys, listen, this is without trying to be rude to anyone, for all the older guys, if you've watched the film Zoolander with Ben Stiller, that's where Pedro Neto should be in it. Now, anyway, so when it comes to Cole, I just think that by a lot of people who really rated him super highly, I think he was put on a super high pedestal, and he has not lived up to that pedestal. In some cases, there's been times where he's played well. I think he's a decent player. Obviously, he can get better. I'm not saying he will never ever be a good player, fantastic, or even world class. I doubt it. I doubt that he'll be world class. But never say never. I just don't rate him as high as what other people say. But for me, he's not. He's not a rubbish player. Now, for me, as I told you, Sanchez is rubbish. Sancho was rubbish. Thank God he's gone. Neto is rubbish. Jackson as a striker is rubbish. He's technically good, but yeah.
You're muted, Ches.
You're on mute.
Ches, you're muted. Ches, you're muted.
Let's compare it to, let's use Jackson example. So who here thinks Jackson should be sold this summer?
Jackson ain't going nowhere.
No, but if it was up to you, like, do you think?
It depends on the replacement.
Let me just go around quickly, then we'll have our own opinions. Then, do you think that Jackson should be sold this summer?
No.
Robert?
No chance.
Abs?
Depends on who comes in.
To answer the question, bro.
Okay. If it means I can upgrade, yes.
So, yeah. And Jimmy, what about you?
No.
So basically,
what am I selling them for? Even if I get 2 strikers, why am I selling them? What am I selling them for?
Because, okay, let's just be consistent then. Like, so we're saying we can't judge Colwell because of his age, and we believe that centre backs mature at a later age. Okay?
Nobody said that.
No.
Nobody
okay,
said you can't judge him because of his age.
I never said you can't judge him, but we're saying that we're going to give him a benefit of the doubt. He's performed good. He got top 4. He got a European trophy, and he's only 22. So we can basically say he's done well for where he's at. Let's see how he develops. Jackson has been here for 2 seasons, had a decent start to both starts of the season, and fell off. But we're not going to give him the same stick, for example. A lot of the fan base, not us on the panel.
What are you asking me? You just asked me if I sell Jackson, and I said, no, I'm not selling him.
No, but we don't agree with this. But the general fan base want him gone. That's what they're saying.
I can't speak for anybody else.
Yeah, but you asked me, and I just told you no. So I don't get it.
I'm trying to understand why the wider view is to sell him. If a lot of
that's because he's not good enough to be a starter. So, but people forget you still need a whole team. People are stupid.
There, do we still need him? Is he still useful for the team? Do you think so?
You need a team. I don't get this idea. What the fuck? Anelka played on the bench for Chelsea.
Let me flip that question.
What are you talking about?
Let me flip that question. If you're guaranteed an OSIMHEN or Gyökeres, but you have to get rid of Jackson to get one of them, would you get rid of Jackson?
That's my point. I would.
Of course, but that's not what he asked.
No, that's what I'm asking. Would you give
he's adding on to my point. He's saying,
but that's
Robert. No, but you know what it is, Robert? I get the point. This is why I answered specifically with it depends on who comes in. Because listen, I don't mind keeping Jackson like I'm not anti-Jackson like that. I know there's a lot of people who've never really rated him, they've never given him his flowers or whatever. I've been fair with him. I don't believe that he should be a starting striker for a team that has
fucking player.
Okay. See that?
No. But Robert, hold on, Robert. Let me just finish. There you can go, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I don't personally believe that he should be a starting striker for a team that wins major things. That doesn't mean he can't be a part of a team that wins major things. Because obviously, football is not 11 players and that's it. Mm-hmm. There's the squad. There's guys who come in and do a job or whatever. Like, for example, I know he's been a lot in this is ironic because he speaks on Jackson the most. John Obi Mikel. John Obi Mikel was a good player. He was never a consistent starter because there were better midfielders ahead of him, but he was still an important part of the squad, no? So Jackson for me.
Okay, that's Jackson. So I wouldn't sell Jackson even if you tell me we're getting OSIMHEN or Gyökeres and we have to get rid of Jackson. I'm not doing that. But reverse that now to Colwell. would you get rid of Colwell if he says?
Oh, no, wait. You said you wouldn't switch Jackson for Gyökeres?
No.
Or OSIMHEN?
No.
Oh, Robert.
Oh, you gonna buck your fucking head.
Robert, I thought we were on the same team.
No, wait.
Robert,
You want to get rid of Caldwell, but you want to keep Jackson over OSIMHEN and Gyökeres?
Jimmy.
No, let him ration out. Let him ration out.
Now, if I flip that question back and say we get Gabriel or Konate, would you say Colwell if he meant we get Konate or Gabriel?
Konate doesn't play.
I don't know about
No, okay. Let's
Gabriel, yes. Gabriel, yes. Not Konate.
Why are you shaking your head at Konate? What is this stream right now? Are you man all right?
Yeah, I would take Gabriel. Konate's a right center.
Why are we looking at Konate like a bum? He's a good player.
He's on the other side, bro.
I'm not calling him. Hold on, wait. How many players have we seen play next to Van Dijk and look great? Lots, right? So I don't know what Konate is on his own. So I don't know.
I saw him in the France setup. He didn't look so good. Let's just say that. I saw him with France.
I think Konate. I do. You know what's funny about Konate? Do you not remember when he was at Leipzig and Upamecano was getting most of the hype? But if you actually watch him closely, Konate's always had talent. Like for me, he's I think he's a good centre back. But the thing is, saying swap him or Cole makes no sense because one's a right centre back and one's a left centre back.
No, I'm just saying
it don't matter the position, but I understand what he's saying. Centre back for centre back.
For example, I would if you told me, for example, send Fofana away and you can bring in Konate, bro.
I'm not talking about Fofana.
He's not talking about Fofana. He's talking about Cole.
I'm talking about a left centre back, Gabriel or Van der Ven.
I would switch Gabriel for Colwell. Yes. Okay. Gabriel's clearly a better.
Why wouldn't you swap? Hold on, guys. Let's let Robert land. Why wouldn't you swap Jackson for Gyökeres or OSIMHEN? Was that the question? OSIMHEN.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So Robert, explain that for us, please.
Because I believe in a team, in my team, the way I look at my striker, it has to be somebody who makes the entire attack dangerous.
Right.
And I don't think with Gyökeres or OSIMHEN.
Hold on, Jimmy.
The attack becomes predictable. Just like Man City with Haaland, the attack is too predictable. And I believe with Jackson, you become unpredictable because the danger is everywhere. Jackson brings the best out of everyone.
Very unpredictable. You never know where the fuck Jackson shot gonna go. You know it ain't going in the back of the net. Bro, there's no way. Your main job of your striker is to score goals, bro. That's it. That's the one position. Hold on. That's the one position, and I don't care what kind of football you play, tiki-taka, this, that. Your striker has to be able to put the ball in the back of the net when called upon. Even in Klopp's setup, even though Firmino wasn't a goal scorer, when called upon, he can put the ball in the back of the net. He was normally a setup man. He was the setup man. But when called upon, he can put the ball in the back of the net. Jackson just can't.
Who we talking about here?
Bobby Firmino.
Yes, that's my type of striker.
But that's the problem. Jackson is not clinical enough. Firmino's when Firmino didn't need 1,000 chances to get one.
Jimmy, he's 20.
He's only 23. With Firmino to be fair with Firmino.
When Firmino was leading the line, he wasn't 22.
Where was Firmino at 23, Jimmy? Where was Firmino at 23?
No, but we're trying to win now. I'm not fucking waiting for Jackson.
Oh, so you want to wait for Colwell, but you don't want to wait for Jackson?
Jackson was a part of a defense that let in 43 goals. Jackson was a part of a fucking attack that didn't score for a whole month. What are we talking about? It's not even comparable.
I'm just saying you don't.
It's not even comparable. Jackson was a part of an attack that could not score for a fucking month.
Last season, he was part of an attack that was cooking unstoppably.
No, bro, I'm going to say it again. Jackson was a part of an attack that could not score a goal for a fucking month. He scored 24 goals over 2 seasons. No. 10 this year, 14 last year. That's 24. I need 24 in 1 fucking season. Well, that's what I need.
OSIMHEN wasn't giving.
Hang on, wait, hold on, Robert.
Are you drunk? OSIMHEN is going to give you 24 goals over all competitions if he plays for Chelsea.
No, but Robert, can I ask you a question? What are you
talking about? You said switching OSIMHEN for him now. What are you talking about?
Yes, I acknowledge
Colwell
that.
right now at the age of 22 is 10 steps ahead of where Jackson should be at the age of 23 or 22 as a striker.
10?
We'll disagree.
Yeah.
Robert, wait, hold on, Jimmy, one second.
Hold on. Go through the list of strikers 23 and under. And you know how many you're gonna come across that's better than Jackson at finishing? A bunch.
How many?
And I ain't even got the list in front of me.
Name them.
I guarantee
you.
Challenging
you. Name them.
Hold on. Tell me where I can get the list. I don't have the list.
No. You said you
I just said, Nate, tell me. Listen what I said. I threw out a blind statement. I said, if you give me a list of strikers and attackers, 23 and under, I guarantee you I could come up with a bunch of them that are better finishers than Jackson. I guarantee you. I don't have the list. Tell me where I can get the motherfucking list, and I'll just read them out. Jackson is a terrible finisher. Terrible.
He is. But Jimmy, because I want to understand Robert's logic. Okay, so you don't think that a striker's main bread and butter is to score goals? No, I strongly disagree with that, because if you look at some of the best strikers who've ever lived, one of the main things that they've always been propped up, even if they were fantastically skillful, like Thierry Henry, or were just foxes in the boxes like a Ruud van Nistelrooy, for example, or Raul Gonzalez, the main thing that they were propped up for is the fact that they scored a lot of goals. So just an example,
brother, if I ask you, off the ball playing all that, trust me. But hold
on, Jimmy. So because here's one thing, Robert. When we know this as Chelsea fans, one of the main reasons why Drogba gets disrespected by many of these virgins is because he did not have the goal return of some of the great strikers like Thierry Henry, just as an example, innit? So if I asked you, Robert, now, just as an example, if I gave you Benzema or Lewandowski, who are you taking and where? Just as an example, just to see what type of...
I'm taking Benzema. Because it
gives taking Benzema.
It gives the outside the box play.
Okay, cool. Now, there's two things. Number one, Real Madrid had to replace Benzema with a countless list of strikers for years. Like, people think that Benzema's been this guy for his entire life. Bro, before 2020, guys was booing him. People were saying...
Breaking news, guys. I haven't got the visuals. So sorry for being a bit 2.0, but Chelsea's improved their bid to 90 minutes in both is included. Very close to Milan's winning request. Chelsea confidence. Maybe it can get done. But let's wrap up this debate. I want everyone's points to be their last point. I don't care how long you speak for, because I respect all of you, man, them joining the channel.
I actually got to run out, bro. I got my point.
Go on, Jimmy. You want to say anything before you go? Because I'm going to end the stream. Like,
nah. I just realized I'm behind. I'm gonna fuck around.
You got to Jimmy. No, but always, Robert, I'll just say it like this. For me personally, I feel like your striker should always primarily, the main thing that they're judged on is their goals. And I understand that, look, there's some things which you need from a striker to do a bit differently in the modern day, but you can slightly see that strikers are, the whole finishing, because I feel like finishing is a dying art in football, and it's starting to come back. And most of these nines, they primarily excel at goal scoring. And for me, that's the biggest issue. In the grand scheme of things, sometimes you just need someone who, it doesn't matter how well they link play or how well they facilitate or how well they, put chances to play for others. Sometimes it doesn't matter how it could bounce off your bum or your chest or anywhere. I just need you to put the ball in the back of the net, bro. That's all I need from you.
I hear that, and I respect that opinion, because some people have that opinion that the primary job of a striker for them is the striker to score goals, and you feed that striker to score goals. I just have a different point of view is I want a striker who will make my entire attacking unit dangerous, not just one man being dangerous, but all 4 or 5 my attacking unit. My striker might facilitate everybody in being dangerous, and that is what I believe Jackson brings. And if you replace Jackson and OSIMHEN will come here and himself will score 30 or 35 goals. But I promise you, Chelsea will score more goals with Jackson in the team than we will with OSIMHEN, even if he's scoring 30 or 35
I think
goals.
that makes sense, Abs. Just to clear this off, I think that makes sense.
I'll be honest, I don't agree, but listen, to each his own.
Man City is evidence of that. They scored 100 goals with Gabriel Jesus playing in the 9, and then they brought in Haaland. Haaland scored 50 goals, but they couldn't get the same returns.
No, but you say this, bro. But at the same time, Gabriel Jesus, let's be honest, Gabriel, even though he's also not someone who's super clinical, by the way, and they dropped him, Gabriel Jesus is someone where at least like, if you give him 10 chances, he'll score 2 or 3. Jackson is someone, if you give him 10 chances, sometimes you'll be lucky to just get 1. Now, when it goes well for Jackson, it goes good. No, Robert. When it goes well for Jackson, sometimes it can go very well. Now, for example,
the point is the team, Man City, you didn't know if it was Raheem Sterling gonna pop out with a goal. You never know if it was Leroy Sané, whether it was gonna be Mahrez or Jesus himself, or it was just you don't know who to pick out. And I prefer that, because now with Haaland, if you stop Haaland, you stop 50% of their attack.
No, but you say this, but look at Kun Aguero, because Aguero was part of that team and he scores a ridiculous number of goals and they were still unpredictable. So you're acting like this idea of having a striker who's just a goal machine and goals first, you're acting like it can't work and they can't coexist.
I'm not saying it can't work. I just say I prefer a striker who makes the entire attacking units dangerous rather than themselves being dangerous. But I hear you.
But Rob, you know what's ironic though? I don't even think we got opportunities to play. If we get the second striker, when's he gonna play?
Who, Jackson?
Yeah.
I think Matlow reported that it's Jackson in the lap as a striker, and then Kitike will be as an inside forward or on
okay, so yeah, but the problem, I agree with that, but the problem is we're looking to get 2 wingers. We're linked to Nusart, we're linked to Kudus, we're linked to Rogers. I don't think he's gonna play very much.
Squad, bro. I mean, it's gonna be one of them where we're gonna play like 70 or 75 games in the season, and he's gonna play plenty of games. And it's one of those where I think the best way that our squad can go is that you go into a match week and you
don't know who's playing.
Yeah, somebody's guaranteed. Like everybody is competing for a position.
No, 100%, 100%.
And I reckon I like that a lot rather than having we have a starting
like this season, you knew the team. There wasn't really
this season Palmer was gonna play, Jackson was gonna play, Sancho was gonna play no matter what. But next season you go, you're like,
you don't even know. Yeah,
is it Ekitike or is it Gittins? Is it But there's only maybe Caicedo and Palmer. Maybe that might be that might be like the odd man. Like it's Maignan if we get him, that's guaranteed. Cucurella guaranteed. You don't even know if it's Rhys James or Gusto one week or the other. So that is the comparison.
Whoa. No. There is no world in which, listen, and by the way, I love Gusto. I'm not trying to shit on him. I've defended him all season. But we are not going to do this again because you're setting him up to get cooked. There is no world in which Gusto is even in the same tier as
you say that. I'm just saying, in going into a game week, you don't know who Morris can start.
Robert. All things being equal, and hopefully they're both fit and ready, because I don't wish any injuries on anyone. 99% of the time, a manager will pick Rhys James over Malo Gusto.
I agree with
Rhys
you.
James is a significantly better player.
I agree with that.
Gusto's still a good player. I don't like this assassination of Gusto by people this season, because you were the same guys telling me he's better than James when I was fighting you, telling you no, that's not true. So the same guys now telling the back.
I agree. James is clear as a player. I'm just saying, going into a game week, I won't be shocked if you rock up as it's Gusto, or I won't be mad if rock up as Gusto that's starting. So I think with our squad going into next season, knowing that it's not going to be a guarantee who start. I don't know, you might rock up with a number 10, like it's Kudus. Palmer is throwing his think a couple games, and it's Kudus or it's Morgan Rogers that starts in the 10. I mean, it is what it is.
Anyway,
do you know what it is? It's like, I don't know, it's like asking someone if, I don't know, just as an example, it's like asking someone, if for my guys who watch basketball, isn't it? It's like asking someone, if you have the choice of playing Steph Curry or Russell Westbrook, would you play Russell Westbrook some games? No, there's no way you play
I think it's more Steph Curry and Damian Lillard.
Huh?
I think it's more Steph Curry or Damian Lillard.
Okay, cool. Steph Curry or Damian Lillard still. There's no comparison. Steph is clear, man.
There is, but sometimes you might walk away with Damian Lillard, and it's gonna
there's no comparison. Damian, listen, Damian is my guy, man. Damian is my dog. He's not close to him, bro. There's no comparison. There's no comparison.
I mean, there is a comparison. They're both bad boys.
No, okay, right. Listen. You know, Ches. You know, we'll end the stream, then we'll unpack this together.
Man. I respect it. I respect every single person who joined the live. It's been a great show. Great show. Hopefully get Robert in the rest of the week and give him a shout. Abs is always here, giving his opinions. being a contrarian as always. We love to see it. Love the chat as well because we've had 2 streams.
Yeah,
and it's good
that
numbers
was
of
mad.
both. So sorry
That was
about
mad.
that.
Was
Yeah.
mad.
Literally, for context, guys, my whole thing went out. All I wanted to was leave the studio and come back. Is let me leave the studio and put everyone else on the vault in their own stream and me on a separate stream. So he messed up. So sorry about that. I didn't mean it wasn't me at all. I'm sorry about that happened. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit a like button, enjoy the rest of your day. I think we will get a Here We Go. So I'm sure Robert and Abs and me on their Twitters will all have opinions and quote tweets and whatever's going on. So make sure you follow Robert below, and Abs, his channel will be below as well. Sometimes his Twitter account will be below as well. And he's tagging me in the post as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. So love for the love.